The story doesn't begin with the hunt. It begins with a fall, a moment that never stops echoing. High above the world, on the frozen cliffs of Norway's Troll Wall, Sasha and Tommy climb like they've done 100 times before. Fearless, synchronized, alive. They move like one body, trusting each other with every grip, every step, every breath. But mountains don't care about love, or experience, or promises. A storm rolls in fast, violent winds, blinding snow swallowing the horizon whole. The climb shifts instantly from passion to survival. They exchange a look, no words needed. It's time to go down. As they rappel, the mountain roars. An avalanche crashes through the silence, ripping everything apart. The rope jerks violently. Tommy loses his grip. For one impossible second, Sasha holds his rope, his life hanging entirely in her hands. Her fingers tighten. Her body trembles under the weight. And then she lets go. Tommy vanishes into the storm, gone in an instant. She can't even tell if he's still alive. That moment doesn't end. It follows her. 5 months later, Sasha is a ghost of herself, driving alone into the vast emptiness of the Australian wilderness. The road stretches endlessly ahead, as if leading her nowhere or exactly where she deserves to be. Wandar National Park feels like the perfect place to disappear, or maybe to be punished. At the ranger station, she's warned about missing hikers, people who vanish without a trace. But Sasha doesn't react. Fear isn't something she recognizes anymore. If anything, part of her welcomes the danger. At a lonely gas station, tension creeps in as two hunters stare a little too long. Their presence feels invasive, like they're sizing her up. Before things escalate, a quiet stranger steps in, Ben. He diffuses the moment with ease, his calm voice cutting through the tension. He's polite, helpful, almost too helpful. He gives her directions, warns her about the terrain, and watches her just a second too long. There's something off, something she chooses to ignore. Sasha isn't here to trust instincts. She's here to escape them. The next morning, she pushes into the wilderness, kayaking through dangerous rapids. The water crashes violently against the rocks, mirroring the chaos inside her. Every paddle stroke feels like punishment, like she's trying to outrun a memory that refuses to fade. By nightfall, she camps alone under the vast, suffocating silence of the bush. The darkness feels heavier out here, watching, waiting. But when she wakes, something is wrong. Her bag is gone. No supplies, no safety, no control. Panic begins to rise, but she forces it down. Tracking faint signs, she follows the trail deeper into the bush. It leads her to a camp, Ben's camp. He greets her with a smile. Breakfast is ready, like he's been expecting her. The normalcy is unsettling, too perfect, too controlled. Then he says it casually, he took her bag. And worse, he's been watching her since the bay. Sasha's instincts finally scream at her to leave. But before she can move, Ben reaches behind him. A crossbow appears in his hands. Then a stereo. A song begins to play, loud, echoing unnaturally through the quiet wilderness. You have until this song ends to get away from me, he says calmly. Then I hunt you. And just like that, the wilderness transforms. What once felt like an escape becomes a carefully designed killing ground. Sasha runs through water, through mud, through thick forest, but every direction feels like part of his plan. At one point, she hears voices, a family nearby, laughing, calling out, "Hope!" But when she finds them, it's just a recording. A trap designed to lure her in. An arrow slices past her head. Ben is close. Too close. She begins to run. She dives into the river, letting the current drag her away from death, at least for now. But survival only pushes her deeper into his world. She stumbles into a ravine and triggers a hidden bear trap. Metal jaws snap shut around her leg, locking her in place. And this time, Ben catches her. He drags her to a hidden cave. Inside, the truth is revealed. Bones, bodies, remains of the missing. This isn't just a hunter. This is a ritual. Ben believes consuming his victims keeps them alive inside him. A twisted philosophy of immortality. But Sasha refuses to become another offering. In a desperate moment, she bites off part of his ear. She breaks free and escapes, throwing herself back into the WT. Ben chases her again, relentless. During the chaos, she hits a rock on his leg, breaking his leg. For the first time, the hunter becomes vulnerable. Night falls. The chase pauses. And for the first time, Sasha confronts her past. She admits the truth. She didn't just lose Tommy. She chose to let him go. Morning brings a brutal reality. They are trapped in a canyon with no easy escape. There are only two options: wait for Ben to die, or climb out together. Sasha chooses to climb. Using her skills, she rigs a system and begins pulling him up. But this isn't about survival anymore. This is about who she becomes. Halfway up, she pauses. She loosens her harness quietly. Ben notices and tries to pull her down with him. But Sasha is ready. She releases the knot. And just like before, she lets go. Ben falls, screaming. He smashes on a rock and dies. The mountain has claimed another life. But this time, it wasn't an accident. Sasha climbs the rest of the way alone, barely holding on, stripped of everything except raw survival instinct. She reaches the top, changed. Days later, she stumbles onto a road and is rescued. She leads authorities back to the cave, exposing the truth behind the disappearances. Bodies are recovered. The nightmare is over. But healing is something else entirely. In the final scene, Sasha stands by the ocean. In her hand is Tommy's compass, the last piece of him. She stares at it, remembering everything. Then she throws it into the water, not as a goodbye, but as acceptance. She survived, but survival came at a cost. Because in order to escape the hunt, she became exactly what she feared.